5, 4, 3, 2, opener, Goodfellas. Here we go.
Stop with that.
No! I'm telling you, I look in your face and I know that you're lying! Get out!
Shut up.
Get out! Get out of my life!
You're fucked up in the head, Karen. This is all in your mind.
You're a lousy bastard.
You got a problem.
Go ahead, go to your ready-made horse. That's all you're good for! Get out of my life! I can't stand you!
Goodbye, Jimmy. Spider, what's your rush?
It's no fucking good easy. Fucking drop a little
There you go. Thank you, Spider.
Hey, Spider,
Hello and welcome to the best movie ever made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind, to find the best movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Hockman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow math scientist, Rob Scucci, and Bob Hassick, who are currently in the same location. Should I have not given that away? Is it a spoiler? I don't know. Hey guys, how are you?
But after last week, I am not editing out the spoiler. So sorry, everybody.
Well, why don't one of you tell them why we're doing Goodfellas?
Because, 28 years later, the highly anticipated sequel that we've all been waiting for, that everyone's talking about, is playing. So we thought we'd put that 28 years later on the poll against Goodfellas, and Goodfellas won. The public has spoken. They don't care about the best movie ever sequel.
No, they clearly do.
That's all I got. Bob, how are you? Do you want to describe this masterpiece?
I do.
Of
I'm a little sad that I couldn't watch 28 years later because I want to see it, but I'm gonna have to watch it on my own time because I had to watch Goodfellas again, as if I hadn't watched it enough times on free cable or whatever channel it was always on for many years. It's a good movie. It really is. I'm not gonna hang shit on it. I'm just gonna say I wasn't looking forward to doing an episode about it. But now that I've done a little research, I found some interesting stuff, and I'm ready to describe it.
And it's better not on cable because lots of people get whacked, as we will find out.
Yes,
Here
True.
we go.
And have we done a Scorsese for a good movie yet? I don't think
We did chairman of the board.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
He's got us there.
Rob, fuck you.
And we got Pacino in Jack and Jill. So, all right, here we go.
Hey Bob, what are you doing over there? It's time to explain the movie, right? You got to give us the best explanation. Bob?
All right.
Okay, why are we doing this? Here we go. Gangster goings on and gangs, grifting goods, gaining growing gangster ground.
Well,
All right.
succinct.
So Henry Hill. Oh, sorry, Rob, do you get that?
Yeah, I got it. Gangs are goings on and gangs grifting goods, gaming growing gangster ground.
Yeah, that was a short one. It was short this week because I'm trying to stick to the good movie episode short synopsis.
True.
So Henry Hill, as a kid in New York City, he wants to be a part of the. He oh god damn it, Jesus Christ!
You can do that at any
was
time,
Rob.
Bob.
It's just gonna happen. He's gonna slide in as if as if he owns the place.
Yeah, right.
No, I only rented.
I do feel bad now though because you could have done that and they wouldn't have known. Now I feel like it's
So Henry Hill is a kid in New York City wanting to be a part of the mobster scene and ends up part of the crime families of the 1960s and 70s and ends up as one of the primary Goodfellas of the New York City gangs. He ends up being the point man of some thievery operations, and one of the operations men of some of the larger operations. Anyway, he ends up as an informant for the FBI because he's a fucking pussy informant. Right. Fuck that guy.
God damn. And Bob hates cops, so anything that helps them.
Big spoiler alert.
Do I still have that? 1 second.
Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Oh, my God, that's perfect.
Yes. Excellent. That's all I have to say. Please continue to the next segment.
Okay.
The best YouTube comment.
Sure.
My brains will be squirting out of your ears.
YouTube. It insists upon itself.
Oh,
Did someone write that?
That's a good one.
You did it.
Yeah.
Rob
Yeah,
did
Rob
it.
wrote
I read
that.
that one.
100%.
Didn't care for it. It insists upon itself. I know that's The Godfather, but it's interchangeable.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's not. This is
No,
better than The Godfather.
This is way better. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Test number 1. Ain't that a pitch?
Oh, so we got to go to the good movie bumpers.
Test number 2. Ain't that a bitch?
So I think we restarted the rotation, but Schmave was here. So I think I go first. It was Rob, Chris, Bob. Is that the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
All right,
yes.
good.
All right. Henry Hill's lifestyle opened many doors, namely ones that led to cocaine and whores. But the drug trade is crazy, and he ran out of gravy, so he flees the scene after tattling in court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
good.
Hey, as far as movie summaries go in a limerick, that was spot on, Rob. Nice job.
It's as good as it gets.
I was the main character, low key. I was violent and jokey. I didn't stick to the plan, and I killed a made man, and that's when my head went splosies.
Oh, the Pesci angle. I like it.
Yeah. Very heavy on the Pesci. All right.
Very
Yeah.
heavy on the Pesci.
Very heavy Pesci. But I you know what? Go give the Pesci the Italian hand. I'm good with that.
All right. So, Chris, I've told this to Rob several times already. I've been on vacation, but also like moving my uncle's shit for the last week, and I've done no work until like 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
So
I
here
was
we go.
there.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was
Henry
pacing behind
Hill
him,
is a-
smacking a ruler on my hands.
I
Yes, he
did
was.
the outline. I did the outline 2 hours ago myself, so it's totally cool.
Henry Hill is a gangster wannabe in a story very close to being a comedy. Pesci is an insane gangster only a few years prior to Napster, all of which are involved with multiple robberies.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Hey, look. I mean, Team 5.
Team 5.
a good
Yeah, it's
movie.
a good movie week. Let's fuck it. Yeah.
You know,
We're
Team 5.
just
It's
doing
a
this.
time for joy.
We're doing this to flex our poetry. We're not doing this to rank a movie. We're just
Exactly.
Exactly. So I'm 100% behind that.
I'm here for it. I love you guys. Can't wait to see it, Bob. Let's start to test number 2. What works
Okay.
well? I think it's called.
Yes, but it's called. I still haven't updated it, so it's gonna say test number 3.
Test number 3. 2. What works well?
All right.
God, I say it every season, but I just got to redo the bumpers for the good movie
Ah.
episodes. But then, you know.
When it's bumper time, I might just go on and do like the whole thing where I just go like 1 over your thing. and just
Yeah.
Pour it
Yeah.
edit it in. Yeah.
Maddox is the winner.
Yeah.
All right, number
5.
all right, so what an opening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the car, they're driving along, and you hear a bunch of bumping going on, and you think they have a flat tire. They pull over, then they realize there's a guy in the trunk. We think they realize there's a guy in the trunk, so they arm themselves. Turned out,
Yep.
they had already murdered this guy, but he's still alive and thumping in the back.
Yeah.
And what a great way to open the movie.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Did you? I feel like there's so much that works well about this movie that if you guys at any time want to jump in and say anything, please feel free. But my number.
4.
Okay, this is for your camera shot kind of, people out there that root for like good camera angles and shit. But the continuous shot through the underbelly of the nightclub is like.
Which one? The one where he goes through the kitchen, or the one he introduces all the gangsters? Because they're both long single shots.
Which is great, but I'm talking specifically. I wasn't really thinking about the like Tommy two times, but the one where they're under, like he takes Karen through the kitchen.
They're both solid. Yeah. They're both really solid shots.
The kitchen one, especially though, because it looks like active. I don't know if they actually like mocked an active service, but to coordinate that around like an entire camera crew.
Oh, they did. They had to have. There's no way they could.
Like that was probably their. That was probably their craft service, like in real time that they used to fucking film that scene. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Must look Italian.
All right, let's throw it to a clip. This is the second of the day, kind of the opener. This is number 3. This is Toughen Up.
It's a good one.
I remember feeling bad about the guy, but I also remember feeling that maybe Tootie was right. I knew Paulie didn't want anybody dying in the building.
You're a real jerk. You wasted 8 fucking aprons on this guy. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. You gotta toughen this kid up.
Yeah. Okay. So, what a great way to, and I feel like I'm already repeating myself because this movie is so good. But this guy is running down the street and he's shot, obviously, and he lands at the doorstep of the mob. Yeah. And the guy, Tutty, is most worried about the image of having like the neighbors already know that they're mob affiliated. Yeah. And this guy's like bleeding on the doorstep. And then he throws in the line like just to show how unconnected to reality these guys are at this point. And he's like, "You wasted fucking 8 aprons on this dude." You know, like it's like dying on their doorstep. It's just awesome. And then they mention, which ties in later, I'll mention again, that Henry is not qualified to see these things yet. He's not like a hard as nails gangster, you know. So let's throw it to number 2. Bob, I tried to do my best Bob saying the number 2 there.
I have it. I already have it. Don't.
You need the what are those wind chimes? What is the thing? Like, did you actually have?
No, that was a sound effect. I forget what it's called. It wasn't wind chimes, but it was something like that.
Yeah. I was just picturing you against like a microphone with the like like a drumstick going two.
like the fucking Tootsie Roll owl. Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Henry's inability to eat at dinner and speak in front of Tommy's mother. Yeah. Henry's nausea at the body burial site. And the aforementioned clip of him needing to be tougher. These are all things that lead you to believe that he's going to turn on them.
He's not fully. He wants the lifestyle without doing all of the nitty gritty. He'll do some of it. Yeah, he'll do the stealing and stuff, but he won't get his hands dirty in that sense.
Right.
Well, like Bob said, he's a giant pussy. Bob said it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, number.
Is that what I said? Yeah.
Yeah. 1. You said giant vagina, I think.
Yeah.
This movie is so well informed because it is literally informed.
Yeah. Had source material. Yeah.
Yeah. Henry Hill, according to ChatGPT, which is my source for everything now, it is the new Google as far as I'm concerned. It's like the next evolution. It is 90% accurate according to Henry Hill's testimony. So take that as you will. He probably, inflated or deflated certain details.
No, that's what I read as well. I think Scorsese is the one who inflated or deflated things. I don't think Henry Hill did.
Yeah, maybe not. Scorsese was using a book writer, the guy that wrote. What was the name of the book? Do you guys remember?
I think
the book that inspired this movie was like, it was called something typical, like The Mafia. or something.
Oh, okay.
The Mafia
I don't-
Chronicles.
I don't want to search it just in case it gets in the way of fact or no fact, but
Yeah, I'm
we'll
worried
fact
about
check
that
this
too.
later. Yeah.
Anyway, it is like very accurate to Henry Hill's details, and it's just you can tell how real it is,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so fucking good. So, Rob, take it away with your ad read.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's my turn. Okay.
Well. Just what are you pretty little
Listeners,
doing out here with no
3 a.m. hot dogs.
man to keep you company?
Today's episode of the worst movie. Today's episode of the best movie ever made is brought to you by getting lost in the wrong hotel looking for Bob. They're both Hiltons, and they're both right next to each other. So how was I to know? To the woman showering in room 520 of the Garden branded version of the hospitality chain, not the Holmes version. I'm sorry. I saw everything. Nice tits. Back to you guys.
Oh man, and we already know she's an avid listener. Big fan of the
Yes.
show. She's written in, and that's why we're doing the movie we're doing next week. We'll tell you about that later. But for now, we're going to throw it to test number 3. This is the best dialogue.
Best dialogue. Good
Yeah.
movie. I'm stalling so there's no dead air. Best dialogue.
Test number 4. Best dialogue.
Okay.
All right, number
5.
This is Talking Turns.
He didn't want anybody hearing what he said, and he didn't want anybody listening to what he was being told. Hundreds of guys depended on Paulie, and he got a piece of everything they made. It was tribute, just like in the old country, except they were doing it here in America. And all they got from Paulie was protection from other guys looking to rip them off. And that's what it's all about. That's what the FBI could never understand. That what Paulie and the organization does is offer protection for people who can't go to the cops.
You're not gonna see it.
That's it. That's all it is. They're like the police department for wise guys.
Wait.
People looked at me differently, and they knew I was with somebody. I didn't have to wait in line at the bakery on Sunday mornings anymore for fresh bread.
I'm sorry. It looked like you got your 3 a.m. hot dog caught in the.
I couldn't hear when the clip
Director's
ended. I'm
clapper.
sorry. Yeah.
No. It's all good. It's all good. I very much enjoyed that because I got pictures. Oh my god, that's great.
Sweet.
I'm sending it to you guys right now.
Cool.
We're gonna have to have a bonus episode in Milford. I mean, we're gonna have to. Just like a
I
15-minute
know, right?
one or something.
Yeah, we can
We
do that.
really should.
I'm totally hip. Did I time it at least right? I was waiting. I couldn't hear shit. The cool
Yeah, it
clappy
was
thing.
close.
Ah,
It's
cool.
close.
All right. Awesome. I'm very
Snap.
happy with myself.
All right. Here's number.
It wouldn't be an episode without Rob doing extra post production work.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
I'm not going to though. I'm taking a week off from post.
Good. This is totaled.
Goodbye, Jimmy. Spider, what's your rush?
Fred, it's no fucking good easy. You can drop a little
There you go. Thank you, Spider.
Hey, Spider, that fucking bandage on your foot is bigger than your fucking head, you know that?
What, Jimmy?
Thank you, Jimmy.
Next thing you know, he's gonna be coming in one of these fucking walkers.
Like just on Gunston.
Even though you got that, you could dance, huh? Give us a couple of fucking steps here, Spider. You fucking bullshitter, you. Tell the truth, you're looking for sympathy. Is that it, sweetie?
Why don't you go fuck yourself, Tommy?
Fucking you're right. I don't believe what I just heard. Hey, Spider, here. Hey, this is for you. Not a boy. I got respect for this. He's got a lot of fucking balls. Good for you. Don't take no shit off nobody. You believe this? He shoots him in the foot. He tells him to go fuck himself. Tom, you gonna let him get away with that? You gonna let this fucking punk get away with that? What's the matter? What's the world coming to?
He's just mad because he realized that if he only knew how long it took to cook grits, he could exonerate these potential murder suspects on his
Nice.
other timeline.
Yes. He's talking about my cousin Vinny, if you're not privy. All right. I mean, that shows how insane Pesci's character Tommy is. It's De Niro's character Jimmy with some good dialogue there as Spider throws him back at him.
Yeah.
I really like the guy shoots him in the foot. He tells him to go fuck himself. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's just
And
like those Italian monster movies tend to
Yeah.
be really cheesy, but there are a lot of good lines where you're like, I kind of want to be Italian too now, you know?
And all the level-headed guys were like, this kid's the shit. Like they saw a bright future in him for being able to dish it out, you know? And,
Yes.
And Pesci
Yeah,
just
he
like
was-
fucking squashes that prospect immediately.
Wow, he stood up for himself, and then that's it. Number 3. Title, Rob?
I called it Terrified Karen.
Okay, yeah.
To keep your T motif going, right?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Yeah, you got it. Well, here we go.
In the corner. Yeah, it's over there, right there.
Put the box over. Lock the window. Yes, big
No. Hey, go ahead. It's right in there.
No, Jimmy!
Right there.
I'm in a hurry! My mom's watching me!
Right in the
I'm
store.
trying to get home! I'll come back later!
Karen?
All right. So why that scene? Okay, the dialogue. Not
Because it's exactly like something from like Family Guy. It's 100%. Oh, just go over there. Just go a little further. Just go a little further.
Yeah.
Clearly,
yeah.
there's hired goons. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
There's very obviously hired goons over there. The idea is that a lot of what this movie is actually informed by reality, but this is one of those scenes where it's not. Like this probably didn't happen, right? But it's so realistic anyway.
Yeah.
And that shows that they fill like the glue that they fill the gaps with, they're caulking, if you will.
The artistic license.
Is, yes, very, very strong. Great writing, great directing. Let's move it to number.
But real quick, could you imagine though if like he actually did have a bunch of coats for her and they were just clearing the way for her to have like a
Right, she could have sold them and they would have been fine.
Yeah. All right, so here we go.
Lots of minks.
Daddy. You know what? Fuck it. And this is?
I didn't really give you a title for this one either, but Table Talk?
I thought it was Tudor.
Oh, is it? Oh, wait. Is that number 2? Is it 2 or 1?
We're on number 1 now. Yeah. So we had Toughen Up. That was so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, no, sorry. We're on number 2 now. Sorry, number 2 is Tudor. I'm sorry. I
We're
fucked
so
that up.
fucking professional.
We are so professional.
I heard. I don't know. I heard the drum roll.
Well, that was my bad.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Never rat on your friends. And always keep your mouth shut.
Hey, here he is.
Oh, you rugged Jerry.
All right, Rob. All right.
This is the scene that pisses me off because, like, out of one
you're
side of
right.
his mouth, he's like, "You're not supposed to talk.
Yep.
You're not supposed to implicate anybody. You don't be a rat." And then he walks out of the courthouse, and all the people who were involved in the crime that he got pinched for are like, "Yeah, Henry."
They're like in the courthouse.
Yeah.
Like they're exiting the chambers, and there's a million mafia guys
Yeah.
all cheering for him.
It's like nothing they can
Yeah.
do to hide that, you know?
Yeah. I understand it was for the storytelling of the show.
Strong point. Yeah.
I understand they folded that into the storytelling of the show, how proud they were for not ratting. But like also it's like you all just implicated yourselves in like the house of the law.
Yes, but the reason I clipped it isn't because of the big fat.
It's good storytelling.
That are all like cheering for him. It's because De Niro is so Jimmy is Henry's tutor, right?
Yeah.
And he's giving him the guidelines. You did the right thing. You were a man. You don't rat on your friends, and you just keep your fucking mouth shut. Right? Those are the rules.
And he lives by it.
Yeah. Guess what happens?
Yeah. He lives by those rules.
Yes, he does, and Henry
doesn't.
It's setting you up for the flip, and it's subtly done, and it's fantastic. And then all the pepperoni eating mafiosos out there, like gabagool, Yeah. That's you're right, Rob. But anyway, let's throw up the number.
I'm gonna call it. just we got to use it. It's really number 1.
Yeah.
I already did the snare roll. I already fucked up. So
all right. So this is table talk. We'll call it.
You didn't have a name. I called it Intimidating Pesci.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. Intimidating.
And this is a long one, guys. No apologies.
Yes.
That's not. What's really funny is the fucking bank job away in Sea Caucus. I'm in the middle of the fucking weeds, laying down. He comes over. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm resting." "Here, you're resting?" "Got a fucking beach in a park." I said, "I'm resting." "I know I'm resting. I'm resting." They pull me in. They start giving me all kinds of questions, this and that. He says, "Oh, so what are you gonna tell us, tough guy?" I said, "My usual. 0, nothing. I tell you, the fuck." He says, "No, you're gonna tell me something today, tough guy." I said, "All right, I'll tell you something. Go fuck your mother." Bing, pow, boom, bing. You saw the paper, my head was up like this. So now I'm coming around, I start to come out of it. Who do I see in front of me? This big prick again. He says, "Oh, what do you want to tell me now, tough guy?" I said, "Bing, what are you doing here? I thought I'd tell you to go fuck your mother." I thought he was going to shit. Pow, Bing, pow. The fuck is... Gee, I wish I was big.
Dude.
You're a big cop.
Really funny. Really funny.
What do you mean I'm funny?
It's funny, it's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
Read a rednut.
What do you mean? You mean the way I talk? What?
It's just, you're just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Tommy, no, you got it all wrong.
Oh, Anthony. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say? Right. Funny how? What?
Just, you're funny.
You mean, so? Well, let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little fucked up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
No, just, how you tell the story. What?
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me. Tell me what's funny.
Get the fuck out of here, Tommy.
You motherfucker. I almost had him. You stuttering prick here.
But then someone calls him funny like 5 seconds later, and he beats the fucking shit out of him.
Well, right after that, though, he's like, I don't know about this one. He might, break under questioning or something. And then they're all laughing and stuff, and Henry's like, "Oh, you really are a funny guy." And it is just
lots of denial on both sides.
Yeah, but you wish to be a part of that kind of camaraderie with another guy,
Yeah.
But also, it's so dangerous, and it's like
terrifying.
It's so specifically this movie. It's just some of the best dialogue ever in any movie.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the earlier scenes, and it was improvised.
Yeah.
That was improvised?
Yeah.
Hell shit.
Well, I heard that Pesci improv'd it because he saw something similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I think
he did improv it.
Same with De Niro's like a taxi driver monologue. That was, I think, mostly improvised, but it was inspired. It was inspired, but it was also improvised based from that. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and De Niro was just like walking through the streets of New York, and there was just some homeless guy like looking at a telephone pole, and he's like, "Are you talking to me?"
Talking to me.
De Niro's like, "Oh my god, that's great! I'll just use a mirror."
Fucking use that.
All right, Bob. Let's throw it to you for test number 4. This is the best production.
Best production. Test number.
Production.
Test number 5. The best production.
Nice. That was nice.
Yeah. No one's gonna notice.
No.
Oh, all right. So for best production, I'm gonna go director specific for this one and just say framing and pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But really also casting and just a combination of the three.
Oh.
I'm gonna say framing, pacing, casting. So supposedly Pacino was slated to act as De Niro's character, though once De Niro was cast, the studio funded the project. So I feel like that first part is false. I don't think Pacino was ever offered the part. But anyway, Scorsese actually hesitated to make this movie because he was afraid he'd be pigeonholed as making, gangster movies only.
Right.
But he loved the book so much. And then, of course, he saw his actors either perform in previous movies or perform in new plays, like for the younger cast, and cast them. When he framed some of the scenes, it was like these long tracking shots. So the three that stood out to me were the tracking shot introducing all the gangsters.
Yeah.
Then there was a tracking shot of him taking his date, through the kitchen and all that shit.
Yeah.
There was a third tracking shot. It was when Ray Liotta went to beat up the guy that was touching his wife.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
They show him
They cross the street.
close the door. Grab the gun, close the door, walk across the street, hit the guy. They kept showing him hit the guy, back off the guy, and then eventually it cuts back to his wife, who is like watching from a distance.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just like, that makes it so much more real feeling.
Yeah.
Like having those long takes. And he's always done that. And I like that. So I'm going to say that was it. Every scene was filmed with the scene in mind, considering the actors and the action.
Yeah.
Being able to tell the action and the story with the character sketches, etc.
Yeah. And just to add to that, I do not like long run. 90 minutes is my preferred length of film. This is 2.5 hours. It does not feel like 2.5 hours because the dialogue and the pacing just carry it. Like you get sucked into the moments. You get sucked into these little slices of life.
The entire time.
Yeah. It never felt like it was dragging.
Yeah.
And there were
what's going to happen to everyone.
No real exposition dumps because the narration takes care of that for you. So that allows it just to be just rising action throughout the whole thing, and it just works.
It's good narration. Yeah, for sure. Let's run to test number 5, the best acting.
Best acting. Here we go.
Test number 6.
5.
The best acting.
Rob, you're getting so good at that. Maybe we don't have to change these bumpers.
Yeah, we're never changing them. We can restructure the entire show, and I'm not changing them.
1. When you feel like you have like a hair hanging off you somewhere?
Yeah.
Like
all the time.
Like the hourglass thing in front of your face. You're like, wow. This is number tribute.
I already did number 1.
One more, I call the cops. You're talking crazy. Stop it now, will you?
Listen, you got money for that fucking commercial, you know? Fucking commercial. You don't got my money? You don't got my fucking money? Huh?
Jimmy, he's gonna pay.
Fucking kid, he's gonna pay the money. You fucking cocksucker. You hear me? Pay me my money.
Sorry, baby.
He'll pay.
Maurice? Yeah, who's this? He's here. Jimmy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry. Don't fucking do it again and give me the money. You understand? Give me the fucking money. You hear me? You hear me? I gotta come here and bust my balls. Give me the fucking money.
I'll give you.
Hello?
You got it, kid. You got it. Believe me.
Terrence, slow down.
Get the fucking money.
Jimmy, I'll pay you.
Where?
I'm sorry.
Stay there. Don't move.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I really
We're
apologize.
Karen, Jimmy.
Yeah, money today. No, I'll pay.
Today.
I'll pay.
Today.
I
Give me
promise.
all
3
today.
o'clock. I promise.
What happened?
Boy.
What happened?
You know who that guy needs.
G. Wentworth.
877.
Oh man, that's such a good dude. You just opened my mind to so
I'm
many
gonna get
possibilities.
whacked by the mafia, and I need cash now. All right, so why was that clip good?
That's sick. Who cares? Let's throw it to number.
What? Okay.
No, go ahead. Weigh in. Go ahead.
No, I want to
Bob?
save that. That was great.
Oh.
That 2. Mark those timestamps. That's a clip.
It'll come up. I will audit this in
That's
post. What?
All right, The Registry. This is so
yes.
fucking sick. This is also Scorsese camera work.
What are you talking
I
about?
saw her name in the register.
Jesus Christ.
You want
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Is that the best acting? Maybe not. I think that the
It's good.
actress playing Karen was had like fits and starts.
Yeah.
She was up and down. She had some really good scenes. She had a couple really bad. But when she has to do like in Leon the Professional, you know the peephole acting. I was saying it's the best peephole acting I've ever seen,
Yeah.
and I've seen a lot. I mean, I've seen a lot of peephole acting. This was some of the best looking at a registry with a ton of focus acting I've ever seen. How about you guys?
Yeah.
Because
True.
I've seen a lot of that too. Prison
Yeah, I
registry.
agree. That was
Looking at it with focus.
that was-
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. It wasn't a big deal.
So the way the camera tracks and zooms in and highlights and flips the registry and has the prison bar shadows on it to
Yeah.
show you where you are. Just thought it was really well done.
It was.
All right, let's throw it to De Niro so that we can learn why De Niro is De Niro.
The man.
This is number 3.
Yeah.
This is They Whacked Him.
Well,
Everything straighten out?
No, we had a problem. I mean, we tried to do everything we could.
What do you mean?
Well, you know what I mean. He's gone. And we couldn't do nothing about it. That's it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He's gone. He's gone. And that's it.
Hell yeah.
I knew it. I can believe it. I can't fucking...
What happened?
They whacked him. They fucking whacked him.
Fuck.
That's a fantastic meltdown.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You know what?
So he's like slamming the phone into the receiver, which I'm wondering if they even had planned. And then he like knocks the thing over. He starts crying, but then he starts like, so it's anger first because he's a mob guy, right?
Yeah.
Bob?
Yeah.
Because he's a mob dude. And he's like slamming the phone against the receiver. And then he's like dealing with the emotion of his best friend just dying.
Yeah.
And
So
then
he
the
starts
wheels
crying,
start turning.
But then he realizes he's a mob guy, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he like leaves the telephone booth before he starts crying again because that's not an emotion that's acceptable, And he goes and tells Henry, and Henry's like, "Well, good." He's like, "Oh fuck," but like in his head, he's like, "Well, Tommy was kind of a piece of shit who was killing people left and right, so kind of good because he's not like full mob like Jimmy is." You know what I mean? It's just like, but De Niro is a special talent.
Yeah.
It really is. Like,
The scene right before when Tommy gets whacked, I love when he walked into the room and he realized what's happening. He's like, "Oh dear!" Before they blow his fucking brains out.
Yeah, he's
he
like,
says
"Oh
something,
no."
He's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
Like he knows in the split second it's going to go black for him. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Willikers,
Yeah.
go!"
And they film it in semi slow mo, so you can kind of see the realization and the act at the same time. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, and it's great. But I feel bad for his old mom, that like made him like pork chops or whatever when they showed up.
Well, yeah.
What am I saying? They're Italian, like bolognese.
Just
All
regular
right, let's throw
lunch,
it back
yeah.
to Bob. This is going to be fact or no fact.
Okay, we
Yep.
don't have a stalling. There we go.
Let me tell you something. When Bob hits you with these facts, brains will be squirting out of your ears. This is fact or no fact.
All right.
All right, fact no fact doesn't change at all for Good Movie Week. We are looking for the one lie out of 5 pieces of information. And here we go with the first one related to Goodfellas. First one. The film's cast includes 2 Oscar winners and 2 Oscar nominees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, second one. Tom Cruise, Nicolas Cage, Sean Penn, Alec Baldwin, and John Travolta were all considered for the role of Henry Hill.
Okay.
Okay, third one. Val Kilmer was so eager to win the role of Henry Hill that he made an audition tape.
All right.
Fourth one. Sorry. The role of Henry Hill ultimately went to Ray Liotta. But I'm sorry. Hold on. Shit. I'm sorry. That was addendum to something else. Forget I said that.
Okay.
Okay. that was 3, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth one.
Kilmer auditioned it.
Yeah. Roger Ebert called this the best mob movie ever.
Yeah.
Prove him wrong.
Okay. And last one. Shoot, my stuff's all mixed up because I was like doing this last minute. I gotta find it. Hold on a second. Like one of those is fuck. Shit.
That's okay. We'll work through this.
Yeah,
we're gonna work
we
through
can
this.
choose from the 4.
Let's do that.
Okay.
One,
Yeah, that gives us a better chance to. Never mind. Go ahead, Rob.
So what? Okay. 2 winners and 2 nominees. All right.
Yeah.
See, number 2 seems like it tracks, but not every single name. As much as I hate to say it, I do not think that Nicolas Cage was considered for this role. Just gonna throw that out there. I could see Val Kilmer wanting to doing the thing. A man of his talent and like self-assuredness in his career at that point, I could still see him wanting like this so bad that he'll like go through the audition circuit. Like that's it. I want to believe that to be true. You know what I mean? It's just like he's so humbled by a role that he wants that he's willing to like not just have him land on his lap, but actually audition for it.
Yes.
And I don't know, Roger Ebert, he's very reliable, but not always. And we've mentioned this in the past. And
he doesn't understand certain movie types.
There's certain things
He
where
doesn't get comedy.
you just know that the movie's not his type of movie, and he scores it based on his personal taste, which is what you're supposed to do as a critic. You're supposed to have a reliable taste, and then your scores are based on that taste. But I have a feeling he said it about another mob movie. Maybe Bronx Tale, the Brooklyn Story. What was it called?
For him, it'd be fucking West Side Story.
That was a Bronx Tale, Rob.
Yeah. I want to say he said that about Bronx Tale. Yeah. So I'm going to say number 4. I'm going to say number 4 is the lie.
Okay. I'm going to say number 3 because this has too many like trap doors that Bob would get with his Bob Foolery, like Kevin McAllister house that he builds with these fact or no facts. It could be that Kilmer wasn't the one who was so enamored by the script that he made an audition tape. It could have been one of the ones he listed beforehand. or it could be that Kilmer made the audition tape for a different movie. And it could be a bunch of other things, and I don't know, but I think that I guess I'm in sniffing distance of bullshit.
You will be. Anyway, so here's how I fucked up. My gap in my fact or no fact is where the lie went. I forgot to send the email with my lie. I know I had it written. Something happened, so I'm gonna say you both win because I didn't have a lie in there. Those were all fact. De Niro and Pesci were Oscar winners, and Lorraine Bracco and Sam Jackson were Oscar nominees.
All right.
Yes, all those actors were considered, but to get funding, they got De Niro. So Val Kilmer did submit an audition tape and a short film to Scorsese, and clips of that can be seen in the Val Kilmer 2021 autobiographical documentary. It's out there. It's worth watching. I think it's called Val. Yes, Roger Ebert did call this the best mob movie ever, which is probably
he's
pretty accurate. I prefer this to The Godfather any day of the week.
I agree.
And that's just me not being a boomer.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, it's for the pace because The Godfather, like, it builds the whole lore and like the hierarchy and all that, and this way they kind of blast through that, and then they show how these particular people are defying it, and I think it's a more interesting story.
Yeah.
All
right, fair enough. Let's throw it to the catch-all.
Blah, 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 blah. Get the hell down from there!
Don't worry, I'll catch you. Because this is the catch-all. I'm gonna miss this bumper.
Training growing tigers naked in a meat suit.
It drove me insane the first time I heard it, but you know what? That's
on you.
Stockholm syndrome at this point. Yeah. Bob, you want to go first? Since it's anti-reverse.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
week?
Yeah, I'll go first. I thought the opening character sketch of Henry Hill, like as he grew up in the thing, was just, and that was the way to go. I think that was the right decision. Yeah. I think if they tried to put that in the narrative, it would have made it a 3-hour movie. Instead, they just spoke it, and they probably could have done that elsewhere to fucking shrink this runtime a bit. But I'll give them credit because the character sketch was really well done. Like it just, it was rapid fire without being rapid fire. Like it wasn't like intentionally confusing, and they kind of they showed and told, you know what I mean, all at the same time. It made you pay attention to both at the same time. I thought that was just really well crafted. I like that.
Yeah,
I agree. All right, I got to knock the movie a little bit.
Okay.
Can you think of the most obvious knock on this movie other than Rob's courthouse spiel?
Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I have a knock and an explanation.
Okay. Well, I want you involved in the catch-all every time, Rob, because your voice is just sexy. So go ahead.
Was it? Jesus Christ.
The flat tire, when they're like, what is that, a flat tire? Like, they know the guy's awake when they're leaving the mother's house. I'm wondering. Okay. Now, I'm wondering if there's two reasons. It's just to, like, let the audience show them that they're being like, we're kind of aloof. But what I really thought was maybe one of them thought the car was bugged and they didn't want to. They knew someone was knocking around in the back, but like, hey, what is that? A flat tire? Let's pull over. So that way, if they were to get caught, they had like plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have two other things to consider, I think, if I can remember them. Even though I just thought of them because I have terrible ADHD, according to my wife. So they're riding along and they hear the thumping, and what you're supposed to think is that they're experiencing a flat tire, right? We talked about this before.
Yeah.
Why would they not immediately realize that it's the body that they have in the back? One, because they're desensitized monsters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. and they're like, it's car trouble because they've already forgotten that they like murdered a guy and put it in the trunk.
Because that problem's already solved. Yeah.
Right. 2, it's Scorsese urging the scriptwriters to make it blur the lines between believable and unbelievable, which it almost, Rob, I'll give you credit, almost flirts with unbelievable that they wouldn't remember they have a body in the back. However, Henry Hill, while driving, goes, no. As in, he can't still be alive.
Yeah.
If you watch it back.
Yeah.
So what they want, is for the people in the car to not give it away to the audience.
Yeah.
They don't want you to know what's going on in the trunk, but they can't make it totally unbelievable when you see the body, because then you'll be pissed that they like made it such like obvious bullshit dialogue in the car. So the only one that they have that includes the possibility that one of them recognized what the situation actually was when Henry went no, like in consideration of the murder victim, which you can't, as the opening audience, possibly realize he's thinking is a body.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a good point. All right.
There you go. Which is why it's really good movie making, because that's extremely thoughtful.
It's nuanced.
Yeah, it's nuanced. Anyway, my number 5, and the thing that I thought was maybe the biggest knock on this movie is the ages these characters are supposed to be.
Oh, he's 21.
Well, yeah.
Is Ray Liotta 21? Yeah.
He's 21 before he goes to prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's God. I wish I remembered the guy who plays Goose in Grease 2.
Chris McDonald.
His name is like Chris McDonald. Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it was Christopher, but Christopher McDonald is supposed to be a high schooler, and he's like 34.
There's one scene when they pass like the schoolyard, and Chris McDonald's in like a schoolboy uniform with a giant lollipop. I was like, let's get some games.
Totally fucking ridiculous. We got to do Grease 2 reboot. We just have to.
We really should.
Only because I really want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Well, also, my sister listened to that episode and she was like, I want to defend this movie because she loved it. She made me watch it, and she made me act out scenes as the cool rider on my BMX bike on our driveway.
Oh my God.
When I was a kid. Because we watched that movie so many times. So yeah,
who was that guy? Bob.
Yeah,
was that
exactly.
Guy.
I was that guy.
Bob's a cool rider.
Who's that?
Cool riding Bob, slapping titties.
He never swims without a boner. All right.
Okay.
Oh god.
Not to lose the point. De Niro is supposed to be 29 as Jimmy when he, even if you're in the pool. We're not losing this point. De Niro walks into the like gambling house, and he's supposed to be 29. He's like 44.
Yeah, if you cut that
ahead.
mole off and count the rings, it's gonna have at least 40 in there.
That's disgusting and fucking hilarious, dude. Oh God, that made me sick to my stomach, but it's funny, so I don't know how hard to laugh at that. But my wife and I were talking about Erin. She's right over there. We were talking about how they decided to cast De Niro, but not have a younger version of him, and how they decided to cast Liotta and Pesci and have younger versions of them as different actors.
Yeah.
And Aaron brought up a good point, and that is because De Niro is supposed to be 29 when the movie like takes place, and Tommy and Henry are supposed to be in their teens. So there's enough of a gap where
the relativity of it all.
They couldn't make Liotta and Pesci look like they were teenagers. There's just no world.
Yeah.
They tried to make De Niro look like he was approaching 30, but they couldn't make.
Yeah.
And it's to my wife's credit because that was her point last night.
That's a good point.
She's looking good tonight.
He also didn't look like he was.
Yes, but it's funny because he did.
They tried.
Yeah, they really tried, but he did not look like he was 29 when he walked into that gambling place. Anyway, go ahead, Bob, with your number 4.
Yeah. So I already mentioned this, but it was in my notes. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
not only is the shot introducing the characters in the mob a cool shot, maybe even better than the kitchen shot, but it's just one long tracking shot. And it follows all the introductions to the mobsters, and it syncs up with the narration. But then it goes into the kitchen where a scene plays out, like all the same shot, and that right there is where I'm impressed. Like, I know they probably did it more than once, but still, it's just that's the kind of movie making that I live for. It's just like those kind of brave long takes, because you don't see a whole lot of movies with long takes like that anymore. Like, it's just
I know, and I love it too. Yeah, which is why we've been pointing them out left and right. And I was thinking about when Paulie takes over the round for the guy because he like partners up with him.
Yeah.
And then they just run his bills up and make him sign like the disclosure agreement or whatever.
Yes.
Disclosure. Though like my business is going out of business or business paperwork. I said disclosure, but that's like so. I just because it had the word closure in it. Yeah, foreclosure. Thank you. Like paperwork. And they do kind of a tracking shot where they're bringing the product in and show it coming out the back.
Yeah,
but it's not really a tracking shot because you don't see the product going through. Oh no, I feel like maybe you do. You see the product going in, and then you're like down a hallway with the like spirits as they're moving out the back door. It's like it's just watching the like machinery of the mob like just assemble this guy's dream.
Yeah.
As soon as he agrees to sign a contract for it.
It's weird because it's so brutish, but it's also so calculating at the same time. Like they know they're not being.
You got to give them credit because it's very clever.
Right.
They know they're not being inconspicuous, but like they also factored that in. They're like, all right, how many cartons you want? Like, just fucking roll through it. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Bob.
I'm just gonna basically say the same thing I said last time. The long continual shot from him leaving the car with the gun, walking across the street to the creep, and hitting him in the nose with the butt of the gun so many times.
Oh, oh my god! And they did a great job making it sound like he's hitting someone in the skull.
The scene didn't seem to end. Like he kept hitting him. So like the what do you call it? Stage combat. Like it just looked like they was fucking happening. And they didn't pull away. They didn't do a close up. They didn't.
No.
It was just one continual shot. And then when he was done, they shot him going back to the car. And then they cut to his wife. But still, before they cut to his wife, that was an impressive sequence. Really impressive.
It really is.
Think of all the departments that were involved in that. Makeup and just the stunt actor himself. Like, just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great point. And it's not like it's stop motion, like they can like pause it midway and then like make the blood come out of the guy's eye or whatever. Like they had to do all of that stuff in the shot, and it probably cost a lot of fucking money to try each time. So it had to be directed really well because it had to work basically the first time.
Yeah,
and it did. So kudos to you. My number 4. Tommy tells his mother that they hit a deer. And that's what they use to explain all the blood in their clothes, and why he needs the knife to help like take the hoof off that's stuck in his grill or whatever. He's like, "What do you call it? A paw, a hoof, a paw?"
The Utes,
like just great, Utes, the Utes. Another good timeline cross there, Rob. Henry later explains to his wife the awful smell in the back of his trunk because they hit a skunk. Which I thought he just picked up from Joe Pesci's Tommy character when explaining to his mother. Like, that's what came to mind. She's like, "Why does your car smell so bad?" He's like, "I hit a skunk." And it was not too long after, like, you were able to recall that Tommy had just said that. So I thought it was really good script writing and subtle enough that if you're smart, you pick up on that. Not saying I'm a genius or anything, but Bob, go ahead. Number 3, but I am.
Yes, you are. I already said this. I think that Scorsese's mother played Tommy's mom, and she was perfect. Like, I I rarely like the fact when a director or someone puts in their family member as a part just to fill in the spot.
Yeah.
But I thought she was ideal. Like,
yes,
the way De Niro genuinely laughs at her story is just so, like, such chemistry. I just thought...
Well, the part where she tells a joke at dinner.
Yeah. And then, like,
Yeah.
De Niro
It
just,
was-
like,
and it was a good joke.
his laughter is so genuine. He's so good at acting, obviously.
Yeah.
He's
But
amazing.
I thought she led into it very well. Like, she seemed very confident for a director's mom, let's say.
Yeah, for someone who's not been 40, 60 years in the business, whatever she would be at
Yeah.
point.
And
Yeah.
I was telling Bob off air, like I love that scene because it's like, sit down, eat, I'll make some food. They're like, no, we gotta take care of something. And then this smash cuts to like the 9-course meal they're about to embark on.
Yeah. It's like
she
it's
just
dark.
had all
There's
that
just,
stuff
like,
at the ready. Yeah.
You know how like every grandma's house has that little light over the kitchen sink
Yeah.
that they have on when they're trying to be tired?
Yeah.
You know? Like they don't want
That's a
the
good way to
lights
describe
full
it.
blast in the house.
Yeah. The
You
big
know, like
light.
they come
Yeah.
in and she's got just the little light over the sink on because
Yeah.
that's what it's like in nighttime conditions for old people. And
Yeah.
then the smash cut to every light in the house on while they're eating, like,
Yeah.
you know, the.
All right, let me get the roast. Yeah.
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 Got it. Okay, my number 3. Guys, what did you think of the Henry gets up during the middle of a court case and then comes and speaks to the camera directly? Because I wasn't sure how I felt about that.
I was talking to Bob about this too back at the hotel where nothing else happened. That
Where there were tits you were slapping around before you hopped in the pool.
I'm a fan of fourth wall breaking, but like
Indeed.
I'm a fan of it in movies where it's, I guess you could call the narrations fourth wall a little bit. But
yeah, a
he
little.
fucking-
Yeah,
he
well,
fucking-
obviously they are. Yeah,
But he Ferris Buellered his way into witness
Yes.
relocation, and
Yeah.
it was fucking weird.
very Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
I agree.
It didn't fit. It just didn't fit.
No, okay, I agree.
It
'cause, like,
was yeah.
My wife will watch the good movies with me. She refuses to watch the bad ones.
Yeah.
But I promise you, if we do Grease 2, just saying, we're trying to do a sequel season.
Yeah.
I say we do the Cobbler as a special bonus fan edition episode, and then we go into season 68, where we
Yeah.
do all the sequels, and Grease 2
I
is
think-
our finale.
I think it's high time. I think we should. Well, yes. Let's
Dude,
carry
think
on
of
this
all
conversation.
think of all the Seagal second movies we can watch.
All the Fast and Furious.
Oh, no. Nope, that's a bad
Hey.
idea.
If we do Grease 2, I'm willing to get my sister on just to defend the movie.
Oh
Okay,
my God,
done,
Please
done.
bring her in.
All right,
That
this
would
is
be
gonna
our
happen.
best episode by far.
Like,
Yeah, anyway,
bring her in
the-
just for catch-all.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Hey, that's how you started, Bob.
Yeah.
That was your birthday
Yeah.
to this podcast. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a fourth host. Some female
She'll be-
talent
she'll
on
get-
our roster.
Yeah, but she'll get angry. She might start crying. It's Grease 2.
Bring it
Like,
on.
it's an emotional thing.
Let's fucking do it.
Anyway, my last one.
I'll cry. I need a good cry.
My last one just happens to be both The Godfather and Goodfellas. Were both realistic, based on true stories, played out, and thanks to the real life mob, the word mafia never appeared in either film.
Wow.
That was always a big
Thanks to the
fact with
mob?
The Godfather, and I looked it up in Goodfellas too, and they said, yeah, the word mafia is never used. Yeah, because they don't like that term.
They're La Cosa Nostra, aren't they? Isn't that the proper?
They're just the family, you know?
All right.
They're family. Yeah. Family.
They're family.
So the mafia is like
hey, guys.
the Whopper.
Hey guys, in the 70s, did they have unlimited breadsticks?
God.
No, they didn't.
Stop crossing timelines.
That was from our time cut episode at
Y2K, Rob.
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Moving on.
Rob, just ever since you remember when Rob went on a Marvel deep dive, ever since he was introduced to
Yes.
multiple timelines, he's been like
Worst.
3 a.m. hot dogging with other products. He's been like bringing in through lines that don't make sense for this movie with other movies and every movie we've had since then. And I'm sick of it, Rob.
I'm gonna get real
Like,
for a
the back-
second.
Your room looks really cool behind you, though.
I did that for the burial scene that's in Goodfellas. Because
good.
But it's
Right,
actually
brake light,
pissing me off, and I'm gonna go back to soothing blue when it comes to immersion braking. So I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay, let's see it. Oh, wow!
So much better. Back to regular, tame, bisexual lighting.
I just hit my Zelda fans pretty hard in the cack. All right,
Nice.
number
You really
2
did.
for me. Could you have the patience to razor your garlic? And does that qualify as a system?
It's not a system.
It's so
but, like,
famous though. Like that part is so
Yeah, I
famous as a
know.
line
I
and
mean-
a shot. Like
if all you have is four walls and each other and like all this contraband, like really nice food, I guess you would devote a few hours a day to that. I could see that being a realistic.
honestly, I agree.
I think
And
it
he's a
would
fat
take.
fuck.
I
so-
really. Yeah, he's most concentrated on the way his food tastes above anything the family has to offer. It's
He's
funny
so
because
lazy.
all these guys eat so well, you know.
He's so lazy. He has people handling like his phone calls.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
so he has all this
fucking
extra
love
garlic.
that.
He has all this extra garlic bandwidth. To work
Dude,
with.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Because we did do Talking Turns, was the clip where he has people in close proximity walking to one another. But I really wanted to clip Henry and Tuddy running to him in the rain with umbrellas. Because I just thought it was so funny into like the neuroses of Paulie.
Yeah.
But it's a good point that you don't really like. Honestly, in your place of business, you don't want people around you listening to conversations you're having with people.
Yeah.
I know I'm starting to sound neurotic, but you don't want them to know how things went down with anybody because then they can be first-person eyewitnesses to the conversation that happened.
And
So
unlike
It's a
Hereditary,
real thing, yeah.
this is very good use of Chekhov's gun because they mention you do not want to have these conversations on a telephone.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. good point.
Or across only a couple
Really good
lines
use.
where they could be easily connected. But if it's coming from a payphone here and someone's phone there and someone's house phone, then you can't. They didn't have the technology back then to like fucking cross check all those reference points. And that's exactly how Henry got nabbed.
All right, you're right because his dumb like I need my lucky hat girl, like Johnny or whatever her name was. She needed to use the house phone. I mean, it was a bit of a stretch. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not about talking any more shit. But he does call the garlic clipping a system.
Yeah.
And I just was like, that's not a system. He's like, the system works pretty well because you put the garlic in the sauce and it just melts because it's so thin. I'm like, it's not a system.
Counterpoint.
It's like preparation. Okay.
Counterpoint. It's a big, sweaty, fat Italian dude. And they're like, what are you doing? And he goes, I got a system. So like,
I got the garlic system.
What do you say to that?
I got the raisin. Gabagool, gabagool. Got the gabagool.
So that's where. That's,
all right. Well, the
point.
only other thing that I wanted to say is that, are you that surprised when you have peak Scorsese, peak De Niro, peak Pesci, peak Liotta, and the only one that I feel like does not belong with the others is Liotta? Because I'm like, what else is peak Liotta?
Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, he doesn't have a thick resume, but he's he was a looker for this movie.
Have you seen his resume and you can confirm that it's not really that thick?
Cocaine Bear.
I'm just saying he died relatively young for an actor who wasn't famous in his teens, you know?
What was the fucking movie that he's in where he's like a mob boss again, only he's like older and he just looks fucking disgusting. Anyway, if you know, why don't you know what I'm talking about? He just looks so gross, and I was surprised he even took the role. Anyway, Rob, why don't you tell them where to email us if they know what movie I'm talking about?
Yeah, go to www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Click the envelope; it'll open up your preferred email platform, and then you could pop one off. He does play the gate guard in Muppets from Space, 1999.
Well, yes, everybody knows that, Rob.
Everybody knows that. Yeah.
Yeah, he has the sickest references.
Off the
Okay,
chain.
that's all I wanted to say. Let's throw it to what we're watching.
Sure.
He's lineman.
Told you I'm a lineman now.
Piss so fucking bad.
We're not cable guys.
So,
We're linemen.
He's a lineman, like you.
Okay, I need to watch something else. This is what we're watching.
Yep. Yep.
okay. What am I watching? I watched Trainwreck Poop Cruise, but I'm not going to talk about that because I already did. But I watched Trainwreck Rob Ford. I don't know. Actually, it's like Mayor of Mayhem or Mayhem Mayor.
Right.
But do you guys remember who Rob Ford is?
No, not without googling it.
That name's
in the moment.
It's a familiar name though.
It's a very generic
Okay.
name. Oh,
Imagine
he's that
not.
guy. All right.
Yeah,
Kingpin.
imagine not funny Chris Farley, who does a
looks
lot
like
of
Kingpin.
cocaine, fucks prostitutes, and makes legislation for Canada.
Yeah, he looks kind of like Kingpin from Daredevil too.
Yeah, no, he does. Yeah, if Chris Farley played Kingpin in Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy,
I know him now.
Just like blue collar dude, right? In 2014 or 16 or something. I don't know if it was that long ago.
10 to 14.
Anyway, blue collar Toronto guy running for mayor, and he wins the mayoral candidacy, and then he starts was always doing, but nobody knew, crack cocaine and like fucking prostitutes and like it all like. You can't be doing any of that shit if you're running for office because somebody's going to recognize you and send the video to somebody, and that's exactly what happens, and it's chaotic and it's awesome, and I suggest you watch Trainwreck Mayor of Mayhem. I'm going to guess that's the title. The other thing that I did watch was live action Lilo and Stitch with my son. We went to the movie.
Saw that in the drive-in. It's a fun and cute movie. Not my cuppa, but it was good.
Fun and cute. Yeah, I felt like little Lilo was a terrible actress, and I hated her, and I feel bad about it because she's like 7.
Yeah.
But I hate you, whoever you are, actress named that. Thanks for ruining one of the best Disney movies ever made. Why didn't you do better? But also, Luke didn't really enjoy the darkness and the loud sounds either, so it was like hard to sit through because like his anxiety was giving me anxiety, you know. And I'm okay with that, and I'm proud of him for making it all the way through because he did.
Yeah.
He sat there and he drank my entire slushie. I got myself a slushie to give him some sips of, and he drank the whole thing, and I was like, hey, you know, if it's pacifying him for the moment, he can have my whole slushie, you know, and he did. But Lilo, what the fuck? Anyway, Bob, let's throw it to you.
I watched Goodfellas. But also, during my drive to Florida, I made Dave watch more Ruben Solo.
Good.
Okay.
It was his previous YouTube
does he get
special. It's called Feedback Loop. It's also on YouTube. Dave doesn't get it. I still think it's funny.
Still doesn't get it, huh?
And that was the only thing we argued. Honestly, me and Dave traveled 1,000 miles in a truck together, and that's the only thing we disagreed on the whole trip. I'll say that's pretty impressive.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
that is pretty impressive.
It was a really successful
considering
trip.
how my brothers that I have in the house interact with each other. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We did okay. Anyway,
but also I kind of agree with Dave because I don't really get it.
It's okay. I wasn't asking you to.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
You
Listen,
have to
Bob,
like stand-up comedy.
We're
enough.
gonna like smoke a pound of ganja and watch it together, so you can explain it to me.
You have to like stand-up comedy,
Oh
which
my
you're,
God, please.
which it's at the very most you're like a casual passer through with stand-up comedy. So you have to like stand-up comedy, stand-up. And then B, you need to like the thing that deconstructs the thing you already don't like. So of course you're not gonna like it.
Yeah. I do recognize that he is very clever and that he's unique in the way his approach, and I think he's the only one that can do it the way he does.
Yeah.
I just don't find it to be particularly like shit my pants funny. I giggle here and there, I don't. It's not that I don't appreciate its angle. I just can't
Shit
laugh
my
that
pants
hard
funny.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit my pants funny.
Well, it's not there for me. Which I've shit my pants 3 times this episode because it's been such a good one.
Yeah.
So if you want to clip me saying that, you can send it out to our viewers so that they know how funny this show is. Rob, what are you watching?
Well, what you guys are watching is me removing my belt because I have to piss so bad. I don't like the way it's sitting on me right now. And
oh, baby.
We went to the drive-in and we watched 28 Years Later. And
fuck you.
It's great. It builds on the world building. It builds on the lore. There was an unexpected, unprecedented amount of flopping male giant alpha infected dong running through the wilderness, like just like all in your field.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because like they've learned to adapt in nature, but there was no that in the first one. By the way, it was about to happen, but then the day was saved, so there was no rape in the first one. First of all,
so it's actually 28 inches later.
Yes. And one thing I will say without spoiling it is the ending. If I went into it knowing it's a planned trilogy, right? If you did not going into knowing it was a planned sequel, it's that they shot 2 of them and they're waiting for funding for the 3rd.
Yeah.
So it's at least a sequel, possibly a trilogy. If you did not know that, the ending is so outrageous, out of nowhere, like left of center, completely bizarre. You just go, what the fuck was that shit? Why did I waste 2 hours on that? But knowing that it's going somewhere else, phenomenal.
Okay.
Worthy of the hype. Yeah.
Has it been 28 years since 28 Days Later came out?
It's been 23. So it's almost true to the timeline. It came out in
almost,
2020,
except for like 20%.
Yeah, which is like...
And did 23 weeks later come out 23 weeks after 28 days later? Because I bet it didn't. So fuck this timeline. Fuck Lilo. And fuck you, Rob. Let's move it to the catch-all. Wait, not the catch-all. Fuck me.
No, we're not doing that again. I got to piss.
All right. There is no offensive minigame.
Yeah.
So let's throw it to bad credit names, which I think I called good aims on the drive accidentally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Good aim. Christopher Swart out. High Clay Deer. Herbert Cox.
Yeah.
Barry Wetcher. Tony Lip. And Florian Ballhouse.
Ballhouse. I like it.
Yeah,
really cool.
Ballhouse. Yeah,
I love that last one.
That's a pisser. All right, let's throw it to the movie comparison, which there is none. You want to do a bumper or no? Because I can just read off the stuff that we did real quick, and you can throw us to. Team 5, guys, great job. Framing, pacing, casting. We love it. We also all won Fact or No Fact. I love you guys so much. Rob, I need to plug us through it to Bob for his last word. Thank you to Schmave and to Dave. And next movie we're doing is Cobbler. I'm trying to save you time, Rob, and we're running long. So go ahead and plug us and throw it to Bob.
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Bob, what's your last word?
We're doing the Cobbler next week because a fan asked us to.
Yes, and they changed their username from what it was originally, but they are... Because I want to shout them out. Let me get the screenshot.
Yeah, please. That's 2 different fans as far as I'm
concerned.
Yeah. Slow Drip. Thank you. Oh, I got a piss. Their name's fucking Slow Drip. God fucking damn it.
Is that what is happening on your computer chair right now?
No, it's everything. I'm sheer force of will trying for that not to happen. I can't even speak right. I gotta piss so fucking bad.
I'm gonna run out and hold Rob down so he can't go to the bathroom.
I have 2 bathrooms, asshole. Fuck you.
Oh, got you there.
Bye, Jelly School. You guys can hang on the line for a second, but I'm gonna dip out real quick because I really gotta fucking.